now I see the color on the trees. These are the peaches.
These are peach,
and we're coming into peach season.
We're coming into peach season. These guys aren't quite ready to pick yet, but let's take a look at some of these right here.
It'll be changing all the time though, right? With the hot weather. That tends to make things come on quickly, right?
Correct. And we grow about 17 different kinds of peaches. So they're all going to ripen at different times, but these guys are getting real close. They're probably a week away on these ones.
And they're still pretty firm, but they can come up here and get a different kind of peach just about every week for the next couple of months, right?
At least through Labor Day.
Labor Day? Okay, is that it? And then we can wear white? I'm not sure how that works. So, okay, now here's the thing that I'm always curious about.
Yes.
So we've got the peaches, and these are very firm, as you said. In a week or so, these things are going to be ready. And about the time this thing airs, I mean, you'll have peaches already available.
Oh yeah, we have them available right now.
But I jump one tree, they're nectarines.
Yes.
Okay, what's the difference between a nectarine and a peach?
The biggest difference you're going to find between a nectarine and a peach is the skin.
Okay.
A peach has got that fuzzy skin on it that you want to peel off, where a nectarine is a nice smooth skin.
Okay.
Kids usually like nectarines a lot better because they don't like that fuzzy skin.
Oh, okay.
And they can just eat it right there real easy.
Right, it's almost apple-ish.
Correct, but they're a little harder to peel and that type of thing.
Gotcha.
So they're not as good for pies or...
Okay.
You know, they're usually not quite as juicy as a peach.
Right.
The flesh is going to be a little meatier, a little more solid.
It's different.
Just a different fruit.
All right, so that's now the point that we're going to talk about. So you got peaches, you got nectarines. Do they come in at about the same time?
We have different varieties that will come in at different times. So
because it's going to happen through Labor Day. Every week you're going to have different stuff. And then the apples.
Apples, we've already picked a couple varieties. Some of the early summer apples.
Oh, right.
And we'll have more. Every week will be a new kind of apple too, all the way until mid to end of October.
And you're working these fields every day, and from now until December. I mean, you're going to be rocking and rolling.
Theoretically, by late October, we hope everything's picked off and we're done.
Right. But then you start your Christmas season. I mean, you guys have generated
it's a
activity all the time.
Yep. There's always something going on.
Where before, remember, I mean, it was like, oh, well, you have 3-4 good months at Green Bluff. Boom. Now it's year round.
Pretty close to it, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's amazing.
You know, in the dead of winter, we still like to close up and recoup a little bit of our energy.
Right. Now I want to put you on record.
Okay.
And again, just between you and me and no one else is watching, what's your favorite fruit?
Peach.
It is the peach.
It's the best thing we sell, in my opinion.
So I talked to a gentleman in Ascot who said I could eat peaches every day. I can eat peaches with cream. I can have peaches with toast. I can have peaches. I can just. That's what he loves. And we have a ton of people like that.
You want to make a dessert out of it? Make sure you want to put it on the barbecue and have it as a side dish with your potatoes and steak.
On barbecue, it brings out all the sugars in it and really makes it, especially if you sear it.
Sear it nice and hot. And right there on the grill, those little black lines get on a little bit.
I thought it was crazy, and then I taste it. But you could do the same thing with a banana. I mean, fruits and the barbecue, who knew?
Yeah, no, it's great. All
right, do you have a favorite style or varietal, I should say, of peach?
We go through so many different ones. I don't have a set favorite.
It just depends.
But I have a traditionalist. I like a juicy, traditional, peachy peach. You know, some of them have got more intense flavor, a little higher acid to them that gives you that extra kick.
Right.
Some of them are more the mellow, old-fashioned, like your Havens and Hales and that type of thing. That's probably more where I side to, is more the traditional, juicy, old-fashioned peach.
I know you talk about the bend over peach, but are you a cutter or a biter when it comes to
it depends
eating?
It depends on if I'm in front of you with the camera or if I'm at home.
If you're at home, you're in your kitchen, or you
I slice them up.
Just slice them up, and okay. I'm
It
just
makes a mess when it's running all over the counter.
It does. Honey, these really are juicy.
Get the mop.
We're doing well. How was the crop this year?
Okay. It's not as full a crop as we would like to have had. The one good point to that is what is on the tree is going to end up being bigger and sweeter and better. So.
Okay, and what does the heat do now? That changes.
Peaches love heat.
Okay.
Peaches do fine in the heat. That's why they ripen in August, and they do great with these warmer weathers.
Okay, and then we leave apples, or we leave the cherries, so that's done.
That's done.
And so, but there's still cherry pies available.
Oh yes.
And then we enter peaches, and then peach pie comes on, and so that happens. But you're sort of running all those anyway.
Yeah, we kind of run everything all the time.
Right, and then apples. When do apples hit hard?
Hit hard after Labor Day.
Okay.
And there's some that come in, some of the summer apples before then. But after Labor Day is when you start seeing a lot of apples.
This fascinates me. It really does. There's so much going on. Okay.
You want to walk over and look at some apples?
We can. Sure. Where are they?
Let's go for a walk.
Let's go for a walk. Hello. Do we have a Boy Scout? There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of trees here. And all the trees to me look very similar.
Once you start looking at them, though, you can see the peach trees are a different color of leaf, lighter color. different shape.
Now this is this a different varietal from the back
Yep.
there because it's a little smaller?
Yep.
Okay. Do smaller ones pack a little
No.
bigger punch flavor-wise?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. It just
And these-
depends
and
on
these
what
are-
it is.
And you know, fresh fruit gets about 20% of its size and weight in the last week before you pick it.
Oh, geez.
So
Okay.
that's why we like to leave them on the tree and hang, because they just, all that sugar comes right there at the end. So
And
that
all that
every
energy,
extra day
yeah, is right
on the
there.
tree will make it better.
Okay. You have people who love to come in and pick their own, but they can also just go into your fresh market. They can just
Just go in there and buy them. Or
go
they
in
can,
there and buy 'em.
We always recommend, if you do want to come out and pick your own, give us a call before you head out, because
Okay.
we're not picking every day. Peaches are a unique fruit because you pick what's ripe and then you let it sit, and then
Right.
you pick and then you let it sit. 'Cause
Okay.
They don't all ripen at the exact same time
Well,
on the
that's
tree.
the thing. So you sort of have this running,
Yeah.
well, today it's this, today it's that, tomorrow it's another thing.
You know, some days we may, okay, we're going to pick today, start at 9 a.m., and by 10, all the ripe ones are picked off.
Okay.
And again, the sugar comes at the very end, so we don't want you picking them when they're green or not perfect.
Right.
So we'll just cut it off and say we're not picking again until
So
tomorrow.
when
or-
you pick a green peach, it's going to hold that same flavor. It's not like, a tomato ripens up, right?
No, peaches will definitely ripen
Oh,
up.
they will. They'll still ripen up even
Oh.
up, but they're going to get better flavor the longer they're
The
on
longer
the tree.
the tree, the better flavor they're going to have.
Okay.
But they do, as they sit in the box, they continue to ripen in the box, and
Right.
they continue to grow in the box after they're off the tree.
Really?
I can take a box of peaches, pick it, and it weighs 20 pounds. Let
Yeah.
it sit there for 2 days, and it'll weigh 20 and a half to 21 pounds. It'll continue to get heavier as it sits in the box.
So buy that box by the weight early
That's right.
because you'll earn money while it sits on your counter at home before you can them. Canned peaches are so good.
Especially, like old grandma used to do.
Yeah, I've never had a young grandma. She
Well-
was always old. Okay.
Okay, we're getting into apples.
Finally, the apples. So,
Now you notice the leaves are a different color.
right,
The tree's a different shape.
gotcha,
Where the fruit grows on an apple tree versus a peach tree is a different spot.
gotcha.
Now these are a ways away. These won't be ready until probably October.
All right, I gotcha. But they're here.
But they're here and they're growing.
They're doing their thing.
Yep.
and
So
they're
this
getting
will get like this by the time we pick it. Not 1st of October.
cool mornings, hot days.
Yeah, that's what
That's the-
apples want. That cool mornings, and that's
Okay.
especially your fall sweet apples.
Right.
Your summer apples we're doing now, like your Lodi's or your early golds. It's the tart, soft ones that you make applesauce with.
Right.
Those are the ones that are coming in through the summer.
Okay.
But the sweet apples, they just need a little colder mornings. There's an old, thing that you had to have frost for apples to be good. That's not quite accurate, but they do like the cooler mornings.
That chilly morning and that temperature
Yeah.
swing sort of
Yep.
helps with the sweeten. Okay. Someone told me that once. I think it was you.
I'd probably
I'm
made
not sure.
something up like that.
All right, here's what I would like to do. All right, so we've seen the peaches, we've seen nectarines, we've seen apples. What we haven't talked about is orange juice and champagne.
Oh,
So I
we
want to
should
go
do
back and talk more about that because I'm told that I have to talk to you about that because I just think it's orange juice and champagne, and they're telling me no, Mark, it's
Oh,
different.
we have all kinds of fun stuff.
You
We'll go-
always have. You guys always have fun stuff.